Hey everybody, got a video that is a little special to me today over a knife that I find very special. Just outstanding knife, probably the best Benchmade I've touched in a decade. Just beautiful, beautiful. I can nitpick a couple things, but this knife is just amazing. I want to share it with you guys before it goes, and I'm on limited time, so I got to make this one late. Kids are sleeping, wife's working, and I got a lot of stuff to do before the party tomorrow, so if I mess up a couple things, you guys got to forgive me. This one is the Contego. I saw when Blade HQ posted their for sale ad under the new arrivals with this knife. I just skipped right over it, didn't think it was anything special. I had the 940, I think it is, Osborne. It must be 10 years ago, a dozen years ago, the green handle one. It was a beautiful knife. It was very smooth, and I liked the design. I believe it was the first axis lock, although I could be wrong. But it just seemed a little too dainty and frail for my everyday use. I ended up giving it to somebody who was not a huge knife person and wasn't going to use it seriously daily, just wanted to have it. And away it went. And then I saw that sale ad at Blade Forums, and I thought, just another 940 lookalike. Boy, was I wrong. I ordered a knife for my nephew. His uncle and I are going to give it to him. He's my nephew-in-law. His blood uncle, my wife's brother, and I are going to give this knife to him for graduating through boot camp and AIT and becoming a Cavalry Scout in the U.S. Army. He's home this weekend to celebrate, and then he's off for more training. I think maybe it's just boot he got out of, and then it's AIT he's going to. Either way, he made it. He's Cavalry Scout. His life's dream has come true. That's all he's ever wanted to do. There were some hurdles we had to get over for him to get into the military. His uncle and I helped him out greatly, and he made it. And now under his own effort, he did some college to get in to clear these hurdles, and he's made it through the hard parts. To reward him and give him something decent, his uncle and I we were gonna give him a nice griptilian with a tan blade and a tan handle, sand color they call it, with a black, not serrated tanto blade. And the company I ordered it from promised its delivery by today and messed up. It won't be here till Tuesday. The party's tomorrow, so I had to run to a local store, Target Sports. The owner, Ray, is a pretty good guy. We get along well. Every now and then, Ray's prices are a bit higher than some other guys, but he has it in stock, so what are you going to do? I went there to see what I could find, hoping for something decent. He had a large selection of knives, as he always does, but none of them fit what I thought would be right for the jobs that he would be using this for. Everything from MREs to maybe last-ditch self-defense. And being a knife nut, I can't really give a knife to someone that I wouldn't carry myself. The griptilian was nice, but this surpasses it on so many levels. This is slight resemblance to the 940, but it's like a 940 with 10 years of heavy steroid use and 24/7 in the gym. One of the first things I'll point out is a metal backspacer, raised jimping, and a glass breaker that's not going to cut your hand every time you stick your hand in your pocket to get the knife, but seems like it'd still be functional. There is jimping galore on this knife. One of the few things I didn't like on the first 940 was the jimping was useless. It was recessed. All of this is exposed, and is my only critique on the knife is that the jimping is so aggressive that it may be uncomfortable under prolonged use. The G10 is checkered on both flats, and then has this feathered pattern on both edges, creating very nice corners. See if I can focus on those a little more. These corners provide great traction. They're smoothish this way, but on the corner is enough to grab your hand. As usual, one of the great pros to the axis lock is left or right hand action, and they're awesome thumb studs. Use this thing all day, you're not going to make your hand hurt. Plus, you just have to overcome the edge of the axis, and then it's all downhill grind as it flows to an open. This is a beautiful blade. A lot of guys call it reverse tanto. Don't mind the oil on there and the fingerprints. I've been fondling this thing since I bought it. It's a CPM M4 blade, Osborne design, reverse tanto. They grind it to a fine edge here, not fine, but a thinner edge on the spine, and then bring it to a thick edge again towards the tip. There is plenty of meat. It's a beautiful black coating because I was told, I have not had a CPM M4 blade, from what I've read, that it can rust, so they're black coating them, which I like black coatings. I just don't like serrations on my black coatings, which is normal for Benchmade, but I guess with the CPM M4 it's not hard to find without. Sorry about that, I'm trying to focus better for you. There's plenty of jimping along the interior of the knife as well. All of it exposed and very aggressive. It's a 2-finger choil with a raise and another 2-finger spot. This is not pulling forward or pushing in on your hand, and with this jimping it'd be almost impossible to get this knife out of your hand unless someone's twisting your arm or applying leverage. The reverse grip is very good, very good. I'm having a hard time getting it into the frame here. You have the smooth axis opening and closing. That's just by pulling the lock and freeing up the action. Flipping the thumb studs brings the knife quickly into action. It is a very thick blade for a Benchmade, perfect for this length. There are holes milled out of the liners, 4 on each side plus the hole they used to put the action together. So 5 holes milled on each of the steel liners. Those of you familiar with the Numzan or my daily carry knife know that it's a decently large blade. I think the blade is 3.6 inches. The Osborne here is just a hair under 4. So if I line up the edge of the handle near the blade, you'll see there's not a lot more blade, but there is a fair amount, just about a 1/2 inch. And handle-wise, there is, again, about a 1/2 inch more handle. It is slightly wider here, thinner here, and has great contour. The blade height is very similar to the Numzan, but the width, and the Numzan is no slouch, is much greater on the Contego. This knife is so nice, in my opinion, that Benchmade just hit a home run. My only gripe would be to maybe get something to flatten out or lessen the jimping, or to man up and get a more calloused and manly hand than the one I have. The grinds are almost perfect on this one. It is disgustingly razor sharp. Pops a hair off my arm, no problem. The undergrip, foregrip, hammer grip, the choke up onto the front here like a trigger grip with your thumb up here. Puts the Puts the knife evenly in your hand. It's still nice. There's absolutely no play in the blade. It is just an amazing, amazing knife. So nice that I was going to give him something of mine that is more expensive and keep this one and put it in my pocket. But I can't do that to the kid. Deep, deep carry pocket clip. This thing disappears in your pocket. I just wore it for a moment. Couldn't resist it to see how it'd be. If you're shopping the Contego and you don't mind having a big knife that is just slightly heavy, this thing will do you wonders. It's amazing. It'll be a great gift for him as a soldier. Thanks for watching, everybody. Stay safe.